Now I would like to pause and share a thought with you. We shall discuss one of the best movie scenes ever. The sharing of the bread. Think about it. Even if it's just for a second or two, just think. The sharing of the bread. To me personally, this is one of the most moving, somber, maybe even the most important moment ever to be seen in cinematic history. Yes, the sharing of the bread. This wonderful scene was recorded and can be found in the third quarter of one of the best movies ever made. 1980's Hook the Slayer. Yes, indeed. Hands down, the best movie ever made. Better than the Titanic. Directed by Terry Marshall and starring one of the finest actors ever known in Hollywood, John Terry. The sharing of the bread scene is displayed towards the end of this picture, moments before the final battle with the movie's antagonist, Vulcan, played by Jack Palance. The two characters, Gort the Giant, played by Bernard Bresslaw, and the Dwarf, played by Peter O'Farrell, hitherto rivals, now sit squarely at the feasting table. One quiet evening on the eve of the final fight with the forces of evil. Up until that moment, the giant and the dwarf had been at odds with one another. The giant, mighty and strong, but not very smart in the brain. And the dwarf, short and agile, but very quick of wit. They had a lot of banter, but now they knew that they might be living their last few days. They share a golden moment together. That evening, a fine feast is prepared for them, and as the giant settles down, he takes up in one great grasp a hunk of bread. But before he takes a bite, he looks across the table to his friend the dwarf, who sits there without a meal before him, hungry and tired. The giant, mighty and strong, merciless in battle, feels an ache in his heart. There is tenderness there within this beast of a man. He feels in him a sense of sadness for his friend. And so he breaks the bread in half and hands the other slice of it over to the dwarf. They nod each other. It was an act of kindness on the giant's part. Now the giant lunges with his other hand and takes up a slice of cheese. But before he takes a bite, he looks across the table once more and sees there his poor dwarf friend, who holds just one slice of bread in his hand. Would it not be nice if they could share the cheese together, enjoy the taste of that cheese as one, as brothers, as kindred spirits? And so Gort the giant, in his tenderness, breaks the cheese in half, draws his hand across the table, and hands his short dwarven companion the second slice of cheese. And the dwarf takes the cheese, and the two friends look at each other from across the table in what I consider to be one of the most heartwarming moments ever in any movie. They acknowledge within each other their friendship. They are brothers. They are united. In that moment, they know they need each other to survive. Not only in battle, but in life. One cannot be without the other. Their friendship burns as bright as the candle that sits on the other side of the table. Their blood mingles. Blood brothers. They are one. Here is true friendship. Stronger than any weapon. Stronger than any army. This cannot be broken. This is what unites warriors. This is what gives warriors the strength to live, to win. All this emotion in one scene. A magnificent scene, the best scene, arguably the best scene in any movie. The most important scene in cinematic history, without doubt. Without doubt. A marvelous moment, a marvelous moment. You will not find a scene like this in any other movie, I can assure you. There have been movies that have tried to emulate this marvelous moment, but nothing will ever capture the warmth and the glow that you will see in Hawk the Slayer, the dwarf and the giant, sharing the bread and the cheese, shaking hands, winking eyes, nodding heads, drinking beer before the eve of battle. Marvelous moment. Remarkable. Beautiful. Poetic. It moves me to tears. It fills my soul with hope. It is wonderful, like a rainbow, dancing amid the waters of a pool, as the droplets fall down in a haze and dance among the liquids of a glorious lake. Movie magic is made in scenes like this. Marvelous, remarkable, brilliant, genius. Hawk the Slayer. May the magic of this movie never sleep, never die. May it live on, like the dwarf and the giant, sharing a meal before arming up and fighting. May the joy of life be in us, as it was in the glorious hearts of our two friends, the dwarf and the giant. May we sing with the warmth of their souls. May we one day find friendship and stand united like these two fine gentlemen. May we be like the giant and the dwarf. Thank you for listening, and good luck out there.